Hello, welcome to QuickTips, where every Friday I give you straight to the point tips for your film and photography projects. I look ridiculous. And in today's episode, I'm gonna show you how to balance a gimbal POV style. Okay, so the action camera that we'll be using is the Insta360 1R. I figured it might be a really cool way just to balance a gimbal from my perspective to help you balance your gimbal. And the gimbal that we'll be using is the Zhiyun Crane 2S. Okay, here we go. All right, so there are 3 steps to balance a gimbal. Balancing the tilt axis, balancing the roll axis, and then balancing the pan axis. The cool thing with the Zhiyun Crane 2S is that there are locking mechanisms for each axis. That helps you focus on balancing one axis at a time, and so that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and put our camera onto the gimbal. Oh, and pro tip, I like using a Manfrotto RC2 quick release plate. I just don't like having to always screw in the camera to the plate every single time. It's just a lot easier by using a quick release plate. There you go. All right, here we go. So put it on. All right, lock it in place. Now let's unlock the tilt axis. Okay, so now we can see that it's front heavy, so we're gonna move the camera back, just like that. There we go. Okay, so once that's somewhat level, you're going to point the camera up, and you're going to see if it falls pretty fast, and it does. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna move this whole setup up. All right, here we go. There is an unlocking thing. I'm gonna unlock it, there we go. I'm gonna push it back. That way it's raised more. There we go. And what we wanna do is make sure that it is balanced. Oh, nope, there we go. And once that's balanced, lock it in place. And then bring it down just to see if it moves forward or backward. All right, still a little front heavy. Bring it back a little bit more. A little back heavy. There we go. It's just small incremental movements, that's the key. All right, that looks pretty balanced. If I point the camera up, it shouldn't move. Great, so now the tilt axis is balanced. Next, what we wanna do is balance the roll axis. It's this movement over here. It rolls left, it rolls right. We wanna make sure that's balanced as well. So let's go ahead and loosen the roll axis arm. All right, I'm gonna move it to the left because it's kind of veering to the right. Still moving to the right. There we go. Oh, it's going the opposite way. Okay, I think that should be good. And also just point the camera up pretty often just to make sure that everything is balanced. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's just go ahead and move it a little bit. And if it stays in place, perfect. Then it is balanced. And the last thing that we're going to balance is the pan axis, which is this movement over here. Pan left, pan right. And the way to do that is to unlock this axis and slowly tilt the whole gimbal to the left or the right. And if it does swing to the right, you want to bring the axis arm back. And if it swings to the left, you just push it forward. All right, I'm going to assume it's going to veer off. Yeah, there we go. All right, bring this back just like that. Okay, it's moving a little bit, and I think that's okay. Move to the other side, that's not moving. Moving it here again. Okay, it's swinging a little bit. So let's bring it back just a little bit more. Small incremental movements. Swing. Oh, that's not moving. That's not moving. Okay, and we are perfectly balanced. Very cool. Now you might think, well, shouldn't the gimbal just balance on its own? No, Phil, come on. You're supposed to help out the gimbal as much as you can by balancing it before you turn it on. And that way, the gimbal motors don't have to work so hard and you don't damage the gimbal. So before you turn on your gimbal, balance the gimbal. Woo, man, I'm so excited for this. Locked mode. And this is a heavy camera setup too. So that's it for this video. Hopefully that was helpful to you if you've never balanced a gimbal before. Pretty easy, 3 simple steps: balance the tilt axis, balance the roll axis, and then balance the pan axis. Hold on, this is making me feel ridiculous. And if you got a gimbal like the Crane 2S that has locking mechanisms, it just makes it a lot easier to focus on balancing one axis at a time. So pretty, it's just so pretty. All right guys, well, I'm out of here, gonna have some fun shooting with this gimbal, but as always, have an amazing Friday, have a kick butt weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Oh, it's so smooth. So smooth. Oh, selfie mode. Not selfie mode.